Tonight, a fatal fire on Easter Sunday has authorities investigating what we know so far. Plus, the U.S.-Canadian border has been closed for more than a year because of the pandemic. Now, those impacted by the closure are speaking out. And later, nearing full capacity once again. A message of concern tonight from Michigan ER doctors as COVID cases spike across the state.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. New details tonight about the Easter Sunday fire in downtown Duluth that left one person dead. The fire broke out on the 600 block of East 3rd Street around 1 p.m. on Sunday. It's the second fatal fire the building has seen in the last year. CBS3's John Cardinelli has more.
That's right, Kristen. A fire actually broke out here last August on the first floor of the building. You could take a look where the fire happened on Sunday. It's all boarded up right there on the first floor of the building. And earlier today, I spoke with Fire Chief Deputy John Otis. He tells me, as far as they know, the building is structurally sound and did not cause the fires. Otis tells me last August, the fatal fire that broke out here was caused by a stove that was left on shortly after the building was condemned, but 6 of the 8 units reopened for living in September. The other 2 units reopened in January. Otis says he understands why some might question the integrity of the building, but he says the city's housing team goes in and inspects the buildings to make sure nothing with the building starts the fires. He says the fact the building has had 2 fire fatalities in the last 8 months, and it's more than likely a coincidence.
It seems unusual because we had 2 fire fatalities in one building. But if you start to think about the fact that the building is a multiple tenant building, there are multiple families living there, your chances of having any sort of incident, whether it be a fire or whatever, is going to increase.
At this point, Otis tells me only the unit where the fire happened is condemned. They have not yet identified the victim. And we also learned today that a dog was rescued from that same unit where someone died on Sunday. Coming up tonight at 10, we meet the dog and the man who rescued it.
Thanks, John. And now an update to a story we first reported on Friday. Authorities are searching for a suspect after a Wisconsin woman was found dead. Police responded to a home in Sand Lake on Friday afternoon. Police say 42-year-old Carrie Elkin was found dead inside with multiple gunshot wounds. Authorities are following up on leads in this case. Anyone with information is encouraged to call the Sawyer County Sheriff's Office. That number is listed on your screen. It's also on our website. Dave's here for a first check of the weather. Quite the storm, at least in the Duluth area last night, Dave.
Yeah, some folks on the range got a couple of thunderstorms that were more decorative than anything else, but here in the Twin Ports, the thunder rolled and the rain came down, and a bit of hail, too. Here's a picture of the action last night from our viewer, Levi Johnson. Gorgeous shot, right moment, right time, because I spent a good chunk of time last night trying to catch a picture of lightning, and all I got was either complete darkness or it looked like daylight. Never showed the stroke. So, Levi, you got a great shot here. Another round of this could be coming around tonight as the second of 3 low-pressure systems eases our way. Coming up from the southwest this time, you can see leading with the warm front pushing towards Hinckley and Siren, and right around Rice Lake, Wisconsin. Give it a couple more hours. Should be in the heart of our area. 90 to 100% chance we're going to get some rain from this tonight and tomorrow, and that could last even longer than that. But the short-term forecast says tonight the rain chance is about 90% with a low around 40. Tomorrow here in the Twin Ports we'll have a high near 45 with a 100% rain chance. But temperatures could be deceiving tomorrow. They could be in the 60s down around Hayward and into the 50s towards International Falls with the heart of the region in between. Temperatures will be topsy-turvy, and the rain, we need it. It's going to come, and it may not go away for a while. We'll talk about how long that while is in just a couple more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Lawmakers from both sides of the border heard concerns from business owners and residents alike in International Falls today. That as the U.S.-Canadian border closure enters its 13th month. CBS3's Emma Quinn sat in on a roundtable discussion with people looking for answers.
For more than a year, Dan Fanny, who built a retirement home in the Northwest Angle, has only been able to travel to his house by snowmobile.
To me, it's not right. I own a home there. It's in Minnesota, USA, and To me, I feel it's essential that I should be allowed to drive to my house.
Driving a car to his house hasn't been an option because of the border closure due to COVID-19. Fanny, like many others living near the border, are getting frustrated.
Just to see if I could get some answers, or hopefully somebody truly does care, because the resorts up there are starving.
Members of Canadian Parliament and 7th and 8th Congressional District Representatives Pete Stauber and Michelle Fischbach hosted the discussion.
It's critical that we understand and we hear these stories personally so that we can take that forward as we are looking for solutions.
The more than year-long closure has left a lasting impact on the economy.
Business is down 95%. They're not sure if they're going to make it, and a lot of them are seasonal.
Beyond economics, people say the closure has impacted access to health care and the working relationship between bordering communities.
This will be the second season that they are not allowed to open, and it's been very difficult and devastating.
For Fanny, he's concerned if something happens to his home, he won't be able to fix it.
Yes, I can have somebody go check on it if I make a few calls, but what a burden that is too, you know.
Canadian members of Parliament say their vaccine efforts will play a role in when the border can reopen.
I think it's an important part all over the country and into Canada about getting that vaccine widely used.
Panelists asked lawmakers to consider creating a travel corridor through the Northwest Angle until the border reopens. As of right now, the border closure remains in place through April 21st. No word yet on next steps. Minnesota has launched an outreach program aimed at vaccinating workers in frontline industries. Governor Tim Walz debuted that program today. The goal is to connect workers in industries like food service with opportunities to get vaccinated at state-run community sites. The campaign begins this week with workers at restaurants, bars, and breweries across the state. The city of Bemidji has reached a $12.5 million settlement with 3M to help pay for treating contamination to its water supply. The money will help build and operate a treatment plan to remove chemicals known as PFAS. The chemicals were manufactured and used as firefighting foam. It was used for training at the regional airport located near Wells back in 2016. The chemicals have been linked to health problems including low birth weight, kidney and thyroid issues, and some cancers. President Biden is expected to ask states to offer vaccinations to all adults by April 19th. His previous goal was May 1st. Meanwhile, health officials are worried about another wave of infections. The worst outbreak right now is in Michigan. David Begno explains from Michigan.
It definitely feels like deja vu all over again, you know. But again, we know what to do.
Dr. Meredith Hill is the medical director of the emergency department. And she says that experience is making a big difference here at Sparrow Hospital, which is nearing capacity yet again.
We are running probably 95–96% right now.
Now, Michigan's test positivity rate is over 17% compared with nearly 4% just a month ago.
There's obviously more community spread right now. It could be because of the variants that are out there. Schools are going back into session, sports teams, lesser restrictions.
Michigan's Department of Health says more than 40% of the new outbreaks are tied to youth sports and K-12 schools.
What's the average age of the person coming in infected now?
We're seeing younger and younger patients in their anywhere from 20s, 30s through their 60s. On average.
Cases right now are the highest among those 10 years old to 29, and they're the lowest for those 70 and older. Most people who've been vaccinated so far.
I was in rough shape, couldn't breathe, coughing nonstop.
Patient Scott Neiswanger is only 39. He says his whole family got COVID after his son may have been infected at daycare.
Just feels like somebody was sitting on my chest. 500-pound guy sitting on my chest. And I just couldn't push him off. That was their breaking point.
Just this week, Michigan said anyone 16 years or older can now be vaccinated. We met Robert Gannon before he went in to visit his 77-year-old mother, Kia, who is on a ventilator right now in the ICU due to COVID.
Had she been vaccinated?
She was not vaccinated. I think she was being hesitant, just wanting to see how things played out.
Have you been vaccinated?
I have not.
What would it take for you to get vaccinated?
I'd want to make sure that it's safe.
Today, Governor Gretchen Whitmer and her daughter received their first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine at Ford Field in Detroit. In day 7 of the Derek Chauvin trial, jurors heard from the Minneapolis police officer who trained Chauvin on how to perform approved neck restraints. While on the stand, Lieutenant Johnny Mercel stated the way Chauvin restrained Floyd is not an MPD-trained neck restraint. Then Chauvin's defense showed various angles of George Floyd's arrest and suggested the position was actually an approved tactic and that Chauvin's knee was not on Floyd's neck, but rather his back and shoulders. Earlier in the day, Sergeant Kerr Yang confirmed Chauvin underwent a 40-hour training in 2016 in crisis de-escalation. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, you may have seen some signs around Duluth trying to boost your positivity, but who is behind the project? We'll introduce you after the break.
Last night's rain was all over the board. Some towns got nothing. Some parts of Duluth got 3/4 of an inch. At the airport, about 1/4 of an inch. Tonight's rain chance is a little more uniform, and it could be a soaker, which is what we need, but it may continue to soak through the rest of the work week. We'll talk about when we might hint at drying up again, coming up after this break.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Numi Jewelers is a full-service jewelry store specializing in one-of-a-kind pieces and repairs. From a chain repair to a full custom piece, we'll get your jewelry looking new again. Stop in for a free repair estimate. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
With the Dish Anywhere app, you can watch what you want, where you want, at no extra charge.
Kids, bedtime.
Which is a good thing, because life is full of little surprises.
Ready to watch?
Even when there's an unexpected change in venue. Watch what you want, where you want, on up to 5 devices, at no extra charge. Dish, tuned in to you.
The new Kubota LX Series, built with comfort and versatility to outlast any job on the list. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
We got a victim. Some monster killed 2 little kids.
Has anyone seen Starling? The AG went right front on this. Very high profile.
It's him. So you found him. It's the guy, the one who...
No. He's not your guy.
Krendler knows him somehow or something.
Are we worried that Krendler is in bed with this guy?
A new Clarice, Thursday, 10/9 Central, or stream anytime on CBS.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. CBS3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, last night's rain sure put on a show for some towns. Ely area, got some lightning here in the Twin Ports. We got some lightning, some hail, and some heavy rain. Northern Wisconsin, a pretty good light show as well. But the rain totals were a little bit more iffy and a little bit more indifferent. A lot of towns got a trace to 0. But other places, like just over the hill in Duluth, at least a couple of neighborhoods up north got 3/4 of an inch. Lutzen and Grand Portage were in the half-inch range, Glidden towards 1/3 of an inch. Then into Wisconsin, Burnett and Bayfield, about 1/4. Moose Lake and Hayward, though, to the south, maybe only 1/10. Tonight we get another round of rain, maybe some thunderstorms as well. But the totals should be a little more uniform and perhaps a little more heavy for a couple of towns, which is exactly what the weather doctor ordered. It's been dry, and several days worth of rain like this, soakers could solve the problem. Current conditions at Duluth Airport, it's 54. Relative humidity is 55%, and an easterly wind is going 14 miles per hour. Air pressure on the lower side, 1,011 millibars as the second of 3 lows approaches our region. Current temps, they're all over the board. Kind of like the rain totals last night. 54 in Ironwood goes to 67 in Watersmeet, and 41 in LaPointe turns into 59 for Hayward and for Solon Springs, with Superior in the middle at 49. Back up to 59 for Moose Lake, but down to 38 Grand Marais. Then upper 50s for the Iron Ranges and Border Country. Tomorrow's temperatures likely will be quite a range as well. Cooler by the lake and warmer on the edges of the area, many miles away from said lake. And above, we're going to have a cloudier sky and close to a 100% chance for rain. Looking at the situation right now, here is the second of those 3 lows pushing up towards us with its warm front, heading towards places like Hinckley and towards Rice Lake and towards Hayward as well. Falling apart a little bit here, though, as the system gets closer to our region, but still should have enough steam, enough moisture to bring us some pretty decent precip totals overnight tonight. So there's that first low from last night. Here comes the second one pushing up from the southwest. There's the third one backing out for the Rocky Mountains. So soaking rains could be with us tonight and then stick around all the way through Friday night, finally giving way on Saturday to some drier conditions. How much rain? Well, this chart indicates over the next couple of days we could go from 1 inch to even 2 inches, and I'm thinking this is a conservative estimate here. We could go higher than that, since some parts of Duluth last night indeed already got towards 3/4 of an inch, but that should really help put away that fire danger. Now let's talk about temperatures tonight in Minnesota. They'll run from 38 up north to 41 degrees down south, and so that's not quite such a wide range. The rain chance, that's 90%. It's 90% over towards Wisconsin, Michigan as well. Low temps there, 40 to 46 degrees tomorrow. High temps still run that big range in Wisconsin and Michigan, 45 to 50 closer to the lake. Low to mid-60s farther inland. 70% chance for rain with a northeast wind hitting 20 miles per hour. Now, Minnesota temperatures tomorrow could go from 42 by the lake to 50 towards International Falls. 100% chance for the rain. And the rain chance stays anywhere from 70 to 100% through Friday. Then finally, partial sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. And it cools to about 50 degrees. Then it cools even farther, Kristen. Monday and Tuesday morning, we get low temps in the 30s. So with yet another low, then we have a chance for some snow to be mixed back in. Not quite done with the potential of winter yet.
All right. It was nice to see some thunderstorms last night. Really reminds me of spring.
A lot of folks got some great shots. Me, as I tried, I got a lot of nothing. We'll try again tonight.
A for effort, Dave.
Okay, thanks, Kristen.
Thank you. If you've walked around Duluth recently, you may have noticed some new signs that make you smile. These colorful signs of positivity are hanging on stop signs around the city. Sully Cosmas, a sophomore at Mesabi Range College, is behind the initiative. It's part of their Things Will Get Better capstone project, encouraging positivity and hope during the pandemic.
I'm going to make 50 signs that are scattered around the city. I'm going to make 300 little cards that say, like, don't give up, that say, check in on them, take a breath, stuff like that, just to try to get people to step back and realize, hey, we've been through hard things before, and we will make it through.
Cosmas says that as a student and essential worker, they encourage everyone to have hope for the future. In Wisconsin, 2 candidates for state superintendent face off at the polls today. Jill Underly and Dr. Deb Kerr are vying for the state seat to oversee public K-12 education in Wisconsin. Underly is backed by the state teachers union, while Kerr supports the private school voucher program. Polls close at 8 o'clock tonight. Coming up in sports, MIB looking to punch its ticket to the state title game. Kelly's in next with the highlights.
Thursdays are a favorite day at Fond du Lac Casino with Kiosk Cash.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you've been putting off some of those interior projects, now is the perfect time to start setting goals for yourself before the busy spring selling season. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for a list of ideas on what to organize, clean, or upgrade in order to get the biggest bang for your buck. Ready to sell now? Don't wait till spring. Inventory is still low and homes are selling fast. Call to schedule a private consultation with the JS Realty team.
I'm Steve Scooby. I'm one of the general surgeons at St. Luke's. I love being a surgeon and I take my job very seriously, but it's always nice to go home and spend time with my children and focus on having a balance between being at work and spending time with my family. Like most surgeons, I really enjoy being in the operating room. However, I think the best part of my job is being in clinic and seeing patients come back to me fixed and feeling better. Knowing that they're doing well after surgery is really satisfying to me.
You don't need a reason to grab the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. With 100% all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, warm pepper gravy, and oh yeah, 7 fluffy mini biscuits. But if you do want a reason, mini biscuits turn any meal into a mini celebration all on their own. Hooray for mini biscuits, part of the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Hello from DBS Repair, your local experts in all things basement-y. Since 2012, we've helped thousands of cabin and homeowners in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We specialize in basement waterproofing, foundation and structural repair, concrete lifting and leveling, whole home energy, nasty crawl spaces, and basement finishing too. If you have a wet basement, moldy crawl space, or sunken concrete, our team of experts have the trusted solutions to help. Call DBS today for all things basement-y.
Northwest Outlet is open. See the largest selection of Carhartt in the area. Work clothing for men and women, sizes small to 5X. Jackets, coveralls, shirts, tees, bibs, jeans, and high-vis clothing to keep you safe and comfortable. Northwest Outlet's footwear department sells only the best boots. Names like Irish Setter, Georgia, Danner, Columbia, the North Face, Rocky, and more. Get outdoors again. Northwest Outlet's got your gear. In stock now at Northwest Outlet Superior.
The big 6% instant rebate is back. Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and yep, that's right. You'll get an additional 6% off in the floor price instantly when you pay at the counter. What could be sweeter?
Buy an Amana gas or electric range in black or stainless and take another 6% off at the counter. Or get a Frigidaire top mount refrigerator in stock now and save another 6% off at the counter.
Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It has been 2 years since the Mountain Iron Mule Rangers have seen the floors of the Target Center as a team. Well, that changed today as they head back to the state tournament. Minnesota meets MIB in the Class A state semifinals. Winner heads to the state championship. We'll pick it up in the second half. Both teams battled tightly throughout. Jordan Zubich hits an outside jumper for MIB, putting the Rangers up with 10:30 to go. Second, under 10 to go, Abby Hennon answers for Minnesota with a shot way behind the arc. That's good for 3 and a 1-point lead for the Vikings. So now it's a 4-point game. Sage Gagnon dumps it out to Ava Butler, who puts it down inside the paint. It's a 2-point game in favor of the Vikings. Still back and forth, does not stop. This Minnesota run starts with a 3, they add a layup, and then an MIB foul sends him to the line to seal the deal. MIB tries to haul up the Hail Mary, but no good. Rangers fall in an absolute heartbreaker, bringing their season to a close. There has been a tennis star in the Northland that has been as consistent as they come throughout her high school career. That's Allie Heidela from Duluth East. And after all her hard work, she has committed to play at the next level. Heidela will play Division I tennis at the University of Montana next year. She had an impressive high school career with 5 individual appearances at the state tournament and an overall record of, get this, 145-18. She'll officially sign her NLI for the Grizzlies tomorrow morning. It really has been on bated breath that we wait for 0 COVID cases to be reported within the NCAA Frozen Four bubble with UMD. Well, unfortunately, one team has already taken a hit, and it's UMD's opponent on Thursday. UMass will be without 4 players for Thursday's NCAA semifinal game due to COVID-19 contact tracing protocols. 2 of those players include the team's starting goaltender in Philip Lindbergh and forward and team leading scorer Carson Getzwitz. Getzwitz had a hat trick against Bemidji State in the regional semifinal. UMD and UMass will battle at 8 p.m. on ESPN2 on Thursday for a trip to the Frozen Four championship. This past weekend, Byron Buxton was pulled from the Twins lineup, leaving everyone anxiously awaiting whether or not the center fielder would be out with COVID. His illness, thankfully not COVID. He was back in the lineup for the Twins' second game against the Detroit Tigers today. And that is a good thing because top 8 Buxton unloads on this one from Jose Cisneros. Now, that's long gone to make it a 3-3 ball game. So we are heading to extras. Bottom of 10, and now it's Akil Baddoo playing hero for the Tigers. He strokes a single to right driving in the winning run, and Detroit wins this one on a walk-off 4-3. Baddoo is mobbed by his teammates after a crucial hit. The Twins go down 4-3 after a massive win yesterday. The Brewers get going for just a few minutes for Game 2 against the Cubs. They're averaging less than 3 runs a game through their first 4. Hard to see MIB's run come to an end in that fashion. I know you're an Iron Range faithful, and so...
I am. That's tough. I feel like no matter what, whenever a team from the region gets sent down to state, everyone is rooting for them, and it's tough to see them go down like that. But what an effort they put in.
What an effort. That game came down to the final minutes and just, you know, an odd turn of events in the last 3 minutes. But what a season for them, and what a way that they battled all through the state tournament.
And if I know Mountain Iron, and I do, there's a good chance they'll battle to be back next year.
No doubt. No doubt.
Thanks, Kelly. Well, Dave, let's get a final check of the weather here on this Tuesday.
More rain coming tonight after a brief respite this afternoon. Chances for rain 90 to 100%, and we could go towards a ½ inch or so for more towns than we did last night. And this rain, it's going to stick around all the way through Friday. Temperature-wise for the weekend, we'll top out around 50, a couple of dry days, and maybe a couple of snow flurries coming next Monday and Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.